Two-headed right, two heads are better than one-headed right. Two heads are better than one-headed right. Two heads are better than one-headed right. Two heads are better than one.
Welcome back. My name is Evalyn.
And I'm Monty.
And together we are the Two-Headed Writer. We are a father-daughter writing team based in Stillwater, Oklahoma, but I am currently attending the University of Iowa to study English and creative writing. We have been each week discussing our personal writing achievements and then our progress on our book that we've written together. We are querying currently, and you would be the one who's keeping track of those statistics.
Since our last episode, the following things have happened. Nothing. However, I'm going to shock you with this. In my own writing, I completed draft 1 of my book. And so this morning I had nothing to work on. So I worked on an alternate first chapter for our book. I think I killed her. I know. So Evelyn's reaction is because we have rewritten the beginning of our book so many times, and she's had enough of that. But we got a personalized response from one of the agents that we queried, and she had a problem with the way we opened the book, and we asked if we fixed that, would it be different? And she said yes. And so we might query her again, but if we do, we have to make this revision. So I'm just playing with it just to see if another option would work for us, and I don't mind. So don't be mad.
I told you to read a book. I told you.
But I still want to do my daily writing. I try to get 2 hours in every day. I don't always do it, especially on days when I'm teaching, but I try. And I had an idea. What am I supposed to do? Ignore it?
Mention it to me.
I am. Hey, Evalyn, I have an idea for an alternate opening to our book. I'll write it up, and then you can let me know if you hate it or not, okay?
Okay. So, you finished your draft.
Well, yes, that's true. It's frustrating to me. It doesn't feel finished because it's just the first draft, right? And I got to the end, everything happened that I wanted to have happen, and then, last sentence does not feel like anything. Like, I need that little button at the end, where it feels satisfying. The last sentence should just leave you feel like, okay, I finished the book when you're reading it. I don't have that button at the end. I don't really know how I'm going to end it specifically. So I know it's not done, but then again, it's a first draft. There's all kinds of things that need fixing that I know about. So I forced myself just to stop and say, okay, it's done. It's a first draft. That final button will come when I'm writing the second draft. Something somewhere in the book will make me think, oh yeah, that's how I should end it. So it wasn't worth sitting there and struggling over it at that moment, but it left me feeling like, okay, first draft is done, but I'm calling it done. I'm going to do in Evalyn, and I'm going to print it out on paper and take notes on paper. I thought I'd try that just to see how I like it.
Wow. My influence. It feels more like annotating than editing that way to me. That's what I have to do for my English classes.
I kind of want to force myself to read the whole thing, and before I consider how, where, and what kind of changes I want to make or what needs to be added. And I'm not going to read the whole thing if I am looking at it on the computer, because as soon as I see something that needs fixing, I'll just fix it, and then I'll be into editing. And so I wanted to force myself to read it.
Yeah.
And the other thing in my writing world is that I turn in my revision of the short story that's going to be published. I got a schedule back. It will show up in Brave New Girls in June, so almost a year from now. But they already commissioned an illustration, so they sent me the illustration. It's the first time I've ever seen any of my writing illustrated, and that was cool.
I think that it was really cool seeing, because it looked like actual, like a real thing.
Funny how just having that illustration makes it feel like, wow, I actually wrote something. Somebody else read it and they drew a picture of it.
It means the people, you gave them something and they liked it enough to invest in it to get the thing drawn. So, like,
Yeah.
the first actual, like, solid sign that they're serious about your story, right? Like, other than just them just saying it, like they did something.
Well, that's true. Now they've invested in it. They can't go back on their word. Okay, time to talk about Evalyn's writing.
I got assignments, like multiple. One is for my Foundations of Creative Writing class, and I'm supposed to describe an object. She said, like, probably pick a smaller object, and just describe it and just connect emotion into it. And she didn't like say that we had to do it in a specific form. We do have to do at least one poem and one like narrative essay thing for the class, but we have 5 writing assignments throughout the semester, so it could be any one of those, right? But the piece that inspired the assignment is a poem. It's Cirque d'Hiver by Elizabeth Bishop, and that's describing like a toy horse ballerina on top of it. We read it in class, analyzed it, and then she was like, write about your own thing. So I have yet to pick a thing. I have some ideas about things. I want to pick something I can look at while I'm writing about it. So not all of, like, I don't have very many sentimental items here with me.
I can hold something up to the camera for you.
And then for my playwriting class, which we haven't gotten all of the details of the assignment, but he did kind of be like, hey, heads up, this is due at the end of next week. It's a overheard conversations thing. And so I was going to invite people to eat with me this morning, but then I was like, wait a second, I could like practice snooping on people. So I sat in the dining hall alone. I had my headphones on, but I didn't have my music turned on. And so I could hear other people's conversations. But it turns out that on Sunday mornings at 11, which is like a very late time to eat breakfast / early time to eat lunch, it's mostly just the people who just woke up because they were partying for the past 2 days.
Oh, man.
So all I got to hear was lovely stories about people getting drunk, which is not really what I want to write about for my thing. But I did practice being creepy, so there's that.
Did you move around the room or did you just stay in one place?
I stayed in one place, but I was there for a while, so there were like at least 3 different groups of people who I ended up hearing. One girl, I was texting my friends, and one girl was talking about how she threw up on someone's shoes, and she couldn't remember who, just that it was a guy, and she wanted to...
Ooh, I'm getting like, this could be a Cinderella story.
Yes, that's exactly what I texted my friends. I said, it's modern Cinderella.
What about your own writing? First question. Have you been doing morning pages?
I have been doing morning pages.
And how does it feel?
As of now, I am still figuring out my like workload and when and what. So like, how the morning is the only time where I'm like sure that I like don't feel bad about writing instead of like trying to get on top of everything else. So that's the only like super personal, like I didn't get assigned this kind of writing I've been doing. And it's nice. I feel like I'm end up talking a lot about like the things that have been happening here, just because like
it's all new.
It's all new, and part of me wants to like save every little piece that I can, and I can't just constantly walk around filming myself. So I've been doing that instead. I wrote a line that all of my friends very much appreciated, because the first day I did it, I was writing about my friends for context, because I was like, I feel like I'm going to end up writing about them a lot, and like I want to, if I'm reading it, I want context. Yeah. So my friend Jacob, he's got an interesting living situation going on, and so they said that I perfectly captured what's going on in a sentence. So he also lives on first floor Dom, which I can only describe as a lawless hellscape inhabited solely by teenage boys and at least one rather large cockroach, ruled over by a bathtub worshipping cult. It's tub time, baby.
Okay. So what have you been doing as far as your work in progress is concerned?
I haven't actually gotten like words that count down, right? But like I'm still jotting down ideas, concepts. If I have a thought, I'm like, ooh, let me write that out.
Those words count. Those words totally count. They don't add to your word count, but in a sense they do, because when you sit down to actually write it, you have to have things to write about.
In theory, if I have my shit together by November, have it to the point where I could do NaNoWriMo for it.
That would be awesome.
I don't think I'm gonna win NaNoWriMo, but it gives me an excuse.
So you're stockpiling ideas for NaNoWriMo.
Yes. Like, if I haven't started writing before then, I will start writing then. Hey, guys, comment down below, what should he read while he's not writing? What's the best book you've read recently? It could be middle grade, because that's our genre, but it could also just be something interesting. He likes science fiction. Oh, Crown of Feathers. I don't know where it ended up. It's still at home. Yeah, it's still at home. Crown of Feathers by Nikki Prato. I read that one and I really liked it. So if you liked this video and you want to keep following us on our writing journey, then please click that subscribe button. We're trying to put out a video every Wednesday. Also, leave a big thumbs up on this video. That really helps us out a lot. Comments, thumbs up, letting YouTube know that people care. So yes, we will be back with another video next week, but until then, remember, two heads are better than one.